No.
Ryan doesn't tell lies.
Does the job.
Yeah, because I finished.
Also, I've never really been asked, like, do you have a big dick?
Yeah, doesn't
Like
really.
girls don't
really
ask you that. Like,
that I've
not a pickup
gotten.
line here. It's like, hey, what's up? What's up, ladies? I got a big cock.
Nope.
That would be a pretty rude thing to ask somebody. Like,
Hey, I'm interested in going home with you, but how's your dick?
how big's your
How's
dick?
the dick game?
Yeah.
Tell me when.
Am I gonna be disappointed?
Right.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but it's not because of the dick.
It's not because of the size.
That's all me.
Like, why is my? I feel like I'm really quiet. Am I quiet?
No.
No, you're normal.
No.
You're normal
I don't know.
sounding.
The volume's a little. I had to
Fuck
turn
it up.
down on the old gaming headset.
Ooh, I'd do it.
Oh, were you in Pete gaming earlier?
No, Peter doesn't game.
Nope.
Oh, we forgot. He doesn't have the TV anymore.
Yeah, he doesn't own a television.
Mm-mm.
What's wrong with your TV, Peter?
Nothing.
Oh, it's just a joke saying Jordan gets to watch or she wants to watch.
Yeah, and Peter doesn't get to game.
Peter, you literally can
You know
put the
what the best
game
part about
thing
Fortnite
in
is?
the bedroom.
You know what
That
the best part about
can't
Fortnite is?
Play on that. What?
Is that it's a multi-person watching game. Like you can have a bunch of people watch you play Fortnite.
And that's
See-
fun for them.
Yeah.
You say that. I tried that and it didn't go well.
God, was
All right,
that
well, what you can do is, do you have a
Travis that
laptop?
literally sit there?
Download
And watch
Fortnite on your
you-
laptop, and me and Steve will play with you through that.
What,
Pete,
Raj?
do you remember that?
That works.
Travis would come in your room like senior year and watch you play video games for hours. Just watch you play. It's some stupid game on your computer, and I'm like, Travis, want to go do something? He's like, oh no, I'm watching Peter play video games. I'm like, you're just watching?
I
don't
remember
even
coming
remember.
home from class and you guys would just be like in my room using my
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
That was always a good time.
I had that with my freshman year RA. I'd come back from class. He's like playing my Xbox. It's like, oh, this is cool. This is the relationship I want to have with you. Is where you come in and use my stuff.
Right. Without asking. That's
Well,
kind of what it was like.
it was
No,
better.
you'd never ask.
than
you
to-
never
No, I'm
asked.
saying it was better to do that than to just take your controllers and go play in my room. Because then they would get lost.
No, you didn't have anywhere to sit in your room.
Well, that too.
That also, your room was optimal for seating.
It was
Your room
good for like
sucked.
one person on the bed.
There's really only
No.
two rooms good for sitting. That was you and Travis's.
Yeah, probably. Although we never drank in my room.
Yours isn't a good drinking room.
It was a great drinking room. There's like 4 couches in there.
Yeah, I know, we never did. 'Cause I remember I drank in there with Vasco. I think I drank in there with Greco. I drank in there a lot with everybody but Steve.
Because I didn't mind it because we just fucked up Travis's room.
That's true.
And then I didn't have shit all over my room. All right. Well, this is going to be fun to edit out. Just 5 minutes of audio. Talking Heads. That's us. That's what we're going to rename it if we win.
The Talking Heads.
Yeah. All right, you guys
We
ready?
don't have to talk about Purdue anymore.
No, we don't. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Mhm.
All right. 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Rebuilding Your Podcast, Season 3, Episode 30. This is our first season doing 30 episodes, similar to the Boilermakers. This is the first time they've ever won 30 games. This is the first time we've ever done 30 episodes. So we're in rarefied air. I don't think it's crazy to say that, we're kind of like student athletes in that we have something extracurricular after our day jobs.
We don't make
Maybe
any money
not.
from this.
And
Yep.
we don't make any money. Exactly. We're exactly like student athletes. So yeah, we got the Boilers. They beat Butler on Sunday and they're playing Texas Tech on Friday night. We're going to break that down, but we got Pete and Chris. You guys are going to the game, right?
We are going to be
Yes, we
on
are.
site in Beantown.
The Boston Boilers themselves, Pete and Chris. Where are your tickets? Paint us a picture.
what are we 317? So up on the broad
in the
side of the
nosebleeds.
court. Yeah, but not behind the basket. So better seats than could have been.
Yeah, but they have all those banners up in the rafters. You're gonna be able to. Is that a site issue up there, Chris?
It's really not. It's something to look at though. Like when the game's not very good, you're like, oh, look at how good the Boston teams are. It's like
Used to be.
even better than
Used to be. Besides that one lucky year, used to be.
All right, true. I don't want to be like you here where I just talk about banners that are super old. So yeah, we're gonna go. Those banners don't take them down. You know what? They should take them down.
Exactly. Yeah, every 10 years you take the banners down. But yeah, you guys are gonna be there. Where you stay? What's the weekend looking like?
Well, I'm still trying to work some plans. Figure out where I house two people. So I mean,
I don't care what happens.
We got some options. It's also going to be snowing, so there's going to be no place to park in the city.
Yes, it's going to be very snowy. Now, do you have Elite Eight tickets?
Not yet.
Not yet. You're waiting. You don't have that much faith in the Boilers.
See what the market does. Unless Pete did Pete buy Elite Eight tickets?
Did not. We should probably actually look into that though.
Yeah. Well,
we
can do that on Friday. We can do that on Friday.
Right.
Okay.
You guys can do that not on air on the podcast. So yeah, we got two guys, boots on the ground, all the quality reporting, you know and love from us when we have somebody on site, which is none. We never do anything when we have anybody on site at anything. So
we record episodes that won't get released.
Yeah, we recorded an episode that didn't get released. So yeah, look out for Pete and Chris, and they're rebuilding your shirts, right, guys?
Better be.
If I can find mine.
You have to make
mine.
one.
It's in the corner.
All right.
I'll take a picture of it. We'll tweet it out.
Chris will be wearing his.
Look for me.
Look for them, section 317. All right. Yeah, let's get on with the show. All right. Like we said, Rebuilding Your Podcast, Season 3, Episode 30. We're going to start with talking about the Butler game, how we thought Matt Harms played. I know Peter and I are the only ones with on-record takes of how this game would go, but so let's start with the other two. Let's start with Ryan. Your thoughts on the Butler game?
Yeah, no, obviously I was extraordinarily worried for the Butler game. You know, in-state rival, second time playing this year and losing Haas. I honestly thought we were going to lose. I think we're better than Butler, but losing one of the most important players and turning around playing in 36 hours. Mm-hmm. That's always something incredibly tough to do. You know, you don't really have time to game plan for what you're going to do without him. So I thought that was going to cause some serious issues. And for a while it did. I mean, we were down 9 there pretty quickly. And I was like, shit, here we go. It was just too much to overcome. But, I mean, everybody had some of the best games besides Carson. I mean, Vince played unreal. PJ played great. Dakota made that huge 3. I mean, Harms looked good down there for 29 minutes. I mean, he only had 7.6 rebounds.
Ryan Klein.
Sorry. Harms.
Klein
looked good too, though. Klein had that drive to the basket and had also 3, so he looked good too. But no, everybody really stepped up, and we didn't need Haas to win that game, so it was big. So it was nice to see everybody step up, beat Butler. I don't care what the score was. I mean, it was only a 3-point win, but whatever. I mean, crazy things are happening in this tournament, so whatever happens, happens. But, it was a good win to get by Butler, especially on losing Haas just the day before.
Survive and advance. You'd say they survived and advanced?
I would say that.
Chris.
Yeah, beating Butler was a really good kind of motivational thing for the team. Losing Haas, you know that you can actually win. And Butler being a 10 seed, I think they're a little underseeded at 10. I think they're better than that. They beat Villanova. They beat one of the best. They beat the best team in the country, other than the Boilermakers.
Yeah.
So it's good to see that they can do that. Is Butler like Texas Tech? I don't exactly think so. Texas Tech is probably a much better team than Butler is. I mean, they haven't played each other, but we'll see. And then it was good. It was good to see. I mean, Carson was a little bit off. He had some really bad plays late down the stretch, and you were kind of wondering if that was going to cost him the game, but it didn't. Vince really had one of the better games. Is what you need from your seniors, especially Vince Edwards, is to have 20 points. Because if you don't have a senior who can go off like that, then you're not going to win a game. And he's going to need to do that again against Texas Tech for them to have a chance.
Absolutely. Pete?
Yeah, I mean, I was just happy to see us not come out completely flat. It was kind of similar to the Fullerton game.
Were you watching the same game that I was watching?
Well, yeah, I was saying it was a little similar. Okay, I guess not. I guess happy that we didn't play flat the whole time. It was kind of similar. We got off to a little bit of a slow start, but then definitely picked it up. And I mean, especially with Keelan Martin going for like 29 points or whatever.
Yeah, he had like 30.
Yeah, and so it's just tough to bottle up guys like that. And they're gonna have to do the same thing as Texas Tech. But I mean, everyone contributed. We got good minutes from we played nine guys. I think this next game, Nogel's gonna play a little bit more. Jaquil Taylor might play more. Who knows?
Homecoming for Jaquil.
Yeah,
people forget that
he's from Cambridge. So, but yeah, I mean, it was just good overall team effort. Harms looked good overall. I think this week they'll be able to have a little more time to develop some sets for him to get a little more involved in the offense. But yeah, I mean, just gotta watch some of those like careless turnovers, especially kind of in those last like 5 minutes. There were a couple really bad trips down the floor where it was just ugly passes, and Carson like fell a couple times, and just things like that you can't let happen in the last 5 minutes of a Sweet 16 game. But yeah, I mean, overall scoring was there kind of across the board, and hey, like you said, strive in advance.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was a game of goods and bads, like always. The goods, it was pretty much a total team effort. I know Vince led the way in scoring, but I mean, you had Eifert. He got that big and one. He got a couple. I think he had a steal or two. Nogel had a steal. He had a couple points. Obviously, Matty Harms had a good game. Klein, big three. Who else but Ryan Klein? And then that awesome pump fake drive to the lane. Love to see that out of Klein. Also, that three, they just left him wide open for seemingly no reason whatsoever. I mean, all these Butler guys have played against Klein, and they just leave him wide open.
They know that's pretty much all he does.
Right. That was bizarre. Almost as bizarre was Purdue almost losing this game, which they almost did. I mean, you look at the turnover. I mean, I like that Carson was still driving the hole at the end of the game. I like that. That's how you get to the, you either get fouled, you get an and one, something like that. Those are big kind of plays. Instead of trying to dribble out the shot clock and then pulling up from three or pulling up from mid-range. I like his strategy there, but the turning the ball over, that was no good. It took Vince with the chase down block. It was very similar to Cleveland Cavaliers Game 7, 2016, with LeBron chasing it down and then Dakota hitting the big three. Almost at pretty similar times in the game. Dakota's three was a little bit later on in the game, but the block was a pretty similar time. So Vince kind of bailed us out on that one, but the turnovers were problematic. PJ Thompson missing free throws was bad. What did he miss? He missed it. Was it a 1-and-1 or did he miss?
Yeah, he missed the 1-and-1
on that last possession.
He missed the 1-and-1. Keelan Martin had a really bad shot, I thought, at the end of the game. That step back three over Thompson, that was a bad shot. But he tried everything possible to keep Butler in the game, and I think we'll talk about this a little more with Texas Tech because I believe that their offense runs through one guy as well, pretty much. I'm not sure on his name.
It does.
So
Keenan Evans.
Keenan Evans, there we go. Keelan Martin, Keenan Evans. I won't get that confused when we're talking about Texas Tech. But overall team win, and like everybody says, it's so cliched, but survive in advance. I mean, who cares that it was a 3-point win? The shot at the end would not have counted even if it had gone in. Which is important to note, I think, because a lot of people on Twitter were noting that for some purpose. The fouls, although Twitter was crying bloody murder, I think the fouls were like 11-6 in Purdue's favor, or something along those lines.
It was 20-15 overall.
20-15 overall. It was 11-6 at some point in the second half, but I mean, we got, we won the foul battle. So yeah, in the Sweet 16, they're just going to have to watch those costly turnovers, and they really can't afford to keep coming out slow. They have to come out with some game plan because getting down 9 to Butler is one thing. Getting down 9 to Texas Tech might be a totally other, the way that team plays defense. It was good to see that they got the lead going into the half, so that was always good, but they're really going to have to watch that against Texas Tech at 9:57 Friday night. Under the lights, TD Garden in Boston. Not sure what the crowd's going to be like. Probably not going to be a whole lot of Texas Tech people there. Might be some Purdue folks. I think mostly it's going to be Villanova people. And I guess West Virginia people with proximity to West Virginia. But So I'm guessing the Villanova people will be cheering for Texas Tech because Purdue's obviously the better team. So Purdue early line, I'm not sure that it moved. 1.5-point favorites over the Red Raiders. So let's talk about the game. Give us your picks. We'll start with Rye.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect, honestly. Painter used a lot of different lineups with Haas being out. Some good, some bad. I'm hoping, these 4 or 5 days off, he can, tweak a little bit. Because at one point, he had all the seniors out. And
that was bad. I think they went on like a 6-0 run, and we had 2 turnovers.
They did. It looked terrible. It was like, it's the lineup doesn't be next year, so I guess we should get used to it. But it was no good.
That was not the time.
He quickly changed it, but just making sure you don't get caught doing that for too long. I'd like to see Nogel maybe play a little 4. I'm guessing he's never practiced it before in his life. But, he has the perfect kind of body to do that small ball 4, being 6'6", athletic. I think he's –
And he only scores inside. He's not an outside scoring threat.
I know he wants to be a point guard, but if he could just suck it up for a couple games, I think he got, honestly, control in that position with Vince playing the small ball. He's a lot more threat than Eifert is, too. Oh, exactly. He can go up there. Eifert – he'll give you some hustle plays. He'll dive for the ball. He's not a scoring threat. He's not any kind of a threat. There was some Butler rebound. The guy just jumped 3 feet over him, grabbed the ball, and put it back. I'm like, damn, that really shows how unathletic Grady Eifert is. But yeah, no, it's going to be a tough matchup. Texas Tech plays their 3 best players are these 3 guards, and they're all 6'5". It's just 3 big athletic guards, and those teams cause us so many issues. So obviously, PJ and Carson aren't big at all. And then Dakota is really not that athletic. He's a lockdown defender. So I guess that can kind of take one of their guys out of the picture. But then they have 2 more that can kill you with. So, PJ guard and Keenan Evans is going to be an absolute handful. So we really need Harms to step up in the post there and make some blocks. But he can't get too cocky because he can't get in foul trouble. So I don't know. It'll be an interesting game.
Peter.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the matchups work. Because, we can't really have PJ on, Keenan Evans or what's the guy's name, Zaire Smith or
Zaire
whatever.
Smith and Jarrett Culver.
Yeah,
his name is Zaire. I don't like that.
Yeah, he's 6'5", and he jumps out of the fucking gym.
Yeah, that's a bad matchup for PJ. And so I'm not sure how they're going to do that. It seems like his offense is kind of back a little bit, so you don't really want to just keep him out of the game completely, but it'll be interesting to see how the defensive assignments work there. And I guess just that's the big thing is just can we kind of keep them out of there? They don't have any real post up bigs or anything like that. I think their tallest guy averages 3 points a game or something. Their starting center, so it's not like they have that big presence inside. They just kind of have a lot of athletic guys that crash in there. And on defense, they're really good at defending the 3. And so that's going to be, can we drive to the hoop and, be able to have the defense kind of collapse around that and then kick it back out. If we can do that, I think we'll be all right with how good our shooters are, but it's just going to be a question of getting penetration in there, especially without kind of having Haas to anchor on the inside. I assume that we'll have some more pick and roll stuff that they've practiced this week with Harms and Jaquil Taylor, who are both much better for that type of offense than Haas is. So I'm assuming we'll have some of that, and I'm hopeful that Matt Painter just has this figured out. I think if we can kind of control it in that way, I think our defense can match up pretty well with them. It's kind of strength against strength. They're top 5 defense. We're top 5 offense in the country. So it's just going to be, can we execute that? And then, like we said earlier, no costly turnovers in, the last key 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah. I was looking up Texas Tech and just their schedule, and, they're 9-loss team. The games they win, they don't win by a lot of points. And the games they lose, they seem to lose by about 10 to 12, something like that. I don't really know what to read into that, but they pretty much play close games throughout the whole season. So it kind of shows me that they play down or up to their competition. So I'm expecting a close game, and I think Vegas is too, obviously, with the 1.5-point line. I think that this game's probably going to be won at the 3-point line. Like you said, having 6'5" guards makes it harder to shoot over, obviously, but Purdue's whole offense is predicated around, screens, the motion offense. So if we can get some open looks for Dakota and Carson and Vince, I think Vince will have the least problems out of anybody. He'll once again be probably the linchpin that'll either win us the game or, not lose us the game, but be, one of the reasons that we lost. But, Carson's going to have to get some help on screens to get open looks. He's not just going to be able to shoot over a 6'5" guard. So we'll see how that turns out. Inside, if they can draw some stuff up for Harms, they can draw some stuff up for Harms and, make Texas Tech think about the inside a little bit more. That'll be really good to see. And I think that'll help open up the 3-point line, obviously, if the guards have to come down and, defend Harms. That'll be good. So we'll see. I do think the Boilers pull out the W. Like I said earlier this week, I had a daydream where all the threes are falling and we win this game by a comfortable 15-point margin, and we don't really have to sweat it at any point in the second half. I don't think that happens. That's why it was a daydream. I think it probably goes down to the last possession, and I see Texas Tech probably missing the game-tying or game-winning shot. But I think it'll be a nail-biter all the way through. Chris?
Yeah, this is definitely going to come down to whoever breaks first, either Texas Tech's defense or Purdue's offense, who can get it going. And we're going to need one of the games of their life out of Carson or Vince. One of those two has to go off for maybe 30 points. I think just to account for Harms not getting many points on the inside, or PJ might not be able to hit 3 balls like he normally does because he's going to be kind of a liability on defense. But I did see something good in the Butler game where PJ is sticking with his defender and not immediately switching, so he doesn't get stuck on a guard or a player he can't guard, someone who's like 6'9" and can easily just get the ball right over him. So that's been something good to see. Well, hopefully that keeps going, and we don't have Harms out trying to guard like a 6-foot guard on the arc, and then PJ on the inside. But with that, Harms, it's easier to drive in with Harms because you don't have to go through the defense and then go through Haas to get in there. So seeing Vince and Carson and even Klein driving to the hoop, that's something we need to see for us to have a chance, because we need to mix it up. If we have just 3 balls, Texas Tech's defense is going to clamp down and we won't be able to hit many because they are taller than us, like you said. Harms is getting better at free throw shooting, so that should be pretty good. If he can hit over 50% of his free throws, I like our chances. If we can all hit over 50% of our free throws,
that'll be important late in the game.
That'll be important. If PJ in the end can hit maybe the front end of a 1-and-1, that'd be great.
Yes. That's PJ's weakness, though, is the 1-and-1. He's not good at the 1-and-1s. He's got to know that he has another free throw coming up after.
So I do like our chances. Obviously, I'm high on the Boilers. I think that our seniors will know how to play, and they'll be able to make sure that all the freshmen and the backups are ready to play and know what their position is and who they're supposed to guard. So I guess we'll see. It'll come down to the wire, like Steve said. I think it'll be like a 1, maybe 2 possession game with a minute left, and we'll see if we can hold it out. But I think the Boilers do win, and moving on to the Elite Eight. And me and Pete will try to find tickets to that.
Yeah, Ryan and Pete, what are your picks? You didn't give picks.
I think the Boilers pull it out in a close game.
Ryan wants to say Texas Tech's going to win so bad. I
will never pick Tanner to get to the Elite Eight, so he does it.
All right, Ryan is going with Texas Tech. So Ryan also is incredibly bad or good luck, depending how you look at it, with March Madness. We've had this sort of running joke in our group text where we kick Ryan out at game time, and good things tend to happen when Ryan's not involved in the the back and forth during the game. So there's Ryan picking Texas Tech. Negative Ryan, as always. What else we got to talk about? Oh, Haas, is he going to play? No,
absolutely
not. When I saw that Allie the Force thing come out, I was like, oh man, maybe he can play. Then I saw that video of him out there trying to he couldn't even move his arm.
No,
Matt Painter was on the Dockage show, I think today or yesterday, and Dockage asked about it. He's like, look, I mean, because everybody got all wild because he was practicing, and he literally goes, he didn't break his legs. He can still run around and practice.
Mhm.
He just he's like here. He literally said, Isaac, if you can go get me like 10 rebounds with 2 hands and shoot 10 free throws, we'll think about it. And he's not even close to doing that stuff. So there's just no
you just can't move one arm. Like
it's broke. This part's broke. Like his shooting elbow is broke. He's not playing. I mean, Bowler fans are getting all pumped about it. They're all getting all pumped about this brace that we're trying to make for him. Like he's not playing. If that brace would have got approved on Sunday, he still wasn't playing. I mean, he can't move the elbow.
Unless you could somehow work it where his arm is just totally straight, like fixed straight in the brace, and you could kind of just like wham it together. That would work. But
that would be a sight.
It's
I
just
want
so
that. Let's make it happen.
it's so immobile. Like he honestly, from that video that I saw of him practicing, he would have been a liability.
No, he will
If
be
he
a
goes
liability
in there-
plays.
If he goes in there, he's just going to get hacked to pieces by the other team.
And then he's going to be out
'Cause-
because he's going to break his arm
Right.
again.
yeah, and be in shooting pain.
Apparently, it can't
Yeah.
get any worse, allegedly. So that's a good sign.
But I mean, if you're game at the towards the end of the game, Texas Tech's down by 5 or something like that, you're just fouling Haas because he has to shoot
Hey.
one-handed.
I saw a video, and he made like 4 in a row.
One
With
hand.
the one video I saw. So
All right, making 4 in a row in practice is a lot different than making 4
yeah,
in a row.
no, well aware. Like he shouldn't play. I mean, I know it sucks. I mean, I know you talked about it in the last podcast. But that's gut wrenching. Watching one of your best players and seniors go down in the tournament, especially when there's no evidence that all these actually seriously hurt. It's like, oh, he hit his elbow kind of hard. Like that hurts a little bit. You come out, you come back in, and then you get the text or the update saying Haas out for the tournament, and you're just like, fuck.
Yeah, it was Pete and I touched on it, but it was a real range of emotions type day. So let's talk about the other game, Villanova, West Virginia. What are you guys' picks for that? I
Nova.
think Villanova's
Nova.
looking good, folks. They look like the best team in the country right now.
They have a very low, or I guess, was that high, they're very high floor. They never played that bad. I guess, yeah, high floor.
Yeah, I mean
High ceiling.
well, high,
No,
no, high,
yeah, like
They have a high
Duke has
floor is
yeah,
also
that
very
too.
high.
that too.
like Duke has a low floor because some games they look like shit, but other games they look like the best team in the country. As Villanova, they're very consistent what they do. They look good.
Yeah, obviously, if Purdue, I mean, it'll probably just be you and me talking about it, right? But if Purdue wins, well, I guess Pete and Chris could talk about it together on Saturday morning or something like that. But if we win and Villanova wins, I don't know. It would have to be like it's some barnstorming effort of just like 3-point shooting to beat Villanova. It would have to be kind of a miracle game. So we'll see if Purdue can pull that off. But we don't really have there's no need to talk about that until Saturday morning. And if Purdue loses in the Sweet 16 again, then you probably won't hear from us until early next week when we bury the 2017, 2018 Boilers. But hopefully we're not doing that. Hopefully we're doing a show on Monday about the Final Four. How awesome would that be? We're 4 games away from $4,000, folks.
Woo.
People
Think
forget
about that.
Yeah, it's like right by my door frame as I walk to the bathroom every morning. I have it like up in a frame of a picture, and I'm just like, oh man, $1,000.
If we win that, it will pay for me and Pete's trip to the Elite Eight.
True.
There you go.
That's
There
it
you go.
right there.
I also don't know how we're going to distribute that money, or how we should just go to Vegas and go get it. That would be the best way to do it.
Do you know how to get those if you win it? You actually, it's like mail it. It's a huge pain in the ass.
Mail it in. I don't know how you do it with a lot of money. I mean, $4,000 in Vegas isn't really a lot of money.
Send you a check.
Then they'd send me a check. Then I'd have to send you guys checks. And that seems like a whole thing. So we'll just find a cheap flight out to Vegas. Quick one-nighter, two-nighters.
Blow all
And
our
just
winners.
blow all our money.
Put it all on
Blow
Brett.
it all.
Black. Put it
Yeah,
on black.
Put it all on black for the Boilers.
Double or nothing.
Whoever. Yeah, that would be a real waste. No, I will not spend it all in one place, but we're gonna have to talk about how we collect that if we win.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you can use Venmo, which is a ton of money, but I think it's
You can only Venmo with like $300.
Use Zelle, man.
do it three times.
I think the FBI gets involved at
Yeah,
that point.
I don't think that's a good plan to
Like tax
try
fraud.
to cut around Venmo. I think mailing you a check would be a much better
Probably.
option. But if we do go to the Final Four, I'm going to come down to Indianapolis and watch it with the fellas. I've decided that, so we'll see. We'll see. But right now, Boilers, Friday night. You're probably going to be hearing this on Friday morning. So tonight, 9:57, Boston Garden, Texas Tech. Winner go home. Survive in advance. Any other cliches? We're not really a Cinderella, so we can't use the Cinderella ones. I don't know any other. This is March, man. Anything can happen. Any given Friday night. So that was Rebuilding Your Podcast, Season 3, Episode 30. You can find us on Twitter at the Rebuilding YR. You can find Peter on Twitter at Peter_Mick. You can find Ryan on Twitter at Rye Guys and Fries. You can find me on Twitter at SteveGreco01. You can find Chris on Twitter at Boston Boiler. That's the Boilers, the Boston Boilers. So without anything else, Boilers by 90 and wait till Friday.